don't even know if this is on live because I don't see the on live button. Oh, it is on. Anyway, ladies, please continue to think about what it is that you can do today, right now, that will move you forward and will help you to help other people in a way that feels good to you, in a way that lights you. Because here's the thing. Here's what God shared with me today, just today, after I exercised, after I took a shower. This is what I know to be true. That when you get an inspiration, some people call it a download, but when you get a movement, a hearing, an unctioning, and you take steps towards that, you're not going to know, the next step to take. You'll be on that step. And then as you're in action on that step, you'll get the direction or the instruction for the next step. You'll get the next milepost. Like, for example, today I was taking a shower. Hey, Mary. I wanted to tell you, honey, I did not see your comments earlier, so there might be a delay. So I wanted to express this to you. So the thing about being authentic, what I've learned to be true, is knowing what season that you're in and then respecting that season and moving accordingly. Like, I believe in divine instruction. I believe God speaks to our heart. He certainly speaks to mine. And so what I was saying earlier is you're not always going to know what all the steps are. You may have a big vision, but you won't necessarily know every single step to take when you're starting here. But at the same time, you're so welcome, my love. But at the same time, what I found to be 100% true, I just had to learn to receive it and embrace it, is that when you take a step, you start to feel whether or not you feel peace, whether you feel like something is off. I call this divine guidance. So when you feel that when it's a peaceful thing, when it feels good, when it feels right, it's like putting on a custom made dress or a custom made suit. So you take action right there on that step. So if the guidance is to, go here to this place, like I've gotten guidance like go to the store, right? I didn't necessarily know, but it came like, I have a desire to go to the store. Let me go get this. And I'd go to the store and there'd be someone there that I know that needed a word of kindness, that needed a hug, that needed someone to talk with. It's happened all the time. And that was a training ground for me for bigger things, to learn to hear about bigger things and make moves. So for example, today I got the next level of my course. I got that today. So even though I'm not promoting that yet, even though I haven't stepped into that yet, it's on my vision board. I know that that's coming next, and I know God's hand will be there because that's the instruction. So you get the action, you get the guidance, and you start to make moves. And then as you're making moves, as things are coming together, you'll get instruction for the next thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that you step into it right away, but it does mean that you know that this is the next step for you to take. So you're here, he's going to give you this next step. And so when you finish off here and you do things here in an excellent way, and then you take this next step and you do things here in an excellent way, you're going to get guidance for the next step. And this is how the up leveling takes place. This is how the authenticity takes place. This is how we connect and we grow spiritually. We grow psychologically, but then we also grow financially, because this is how we can build our businesses. Like, I don't do overwhelm. I don't do grind. I used to, right? But I found that all that does is depletes my energy. It wears me out. It ages me. And I'm just determined to just, be young, to be youthful, to be vibrant, to be radiant, and to be full of joy and still be wealthy. Like, that is just my determination. So I don't have to be broke to be spiritual. I don't have to be ugly to be wealthy. Like, I can have it all, right? This is my commitment. And so, hey, Laurel, I just wanted to let you know, hon, I could not see your comments earlier. So I wanted to hop on and share with you all that are, really taking this to heart, what I'm saying, that the way you build your business authentically is for you, line by line, you line up on each step. You start off here, you get your guidance, You're spiritually guided as to what to do, and you start to operate there in a spirit of excellence, doing the best that you can, getting all of your documents in place, your agreements in place, your contracts, getting everything set up, and then you take the next step, because God will give you the next step. He'll give you the guidance for the next step. And then you do the same thing and you operate in excellence. And each level is a new learning opportunity. Each level presents itself with the lessons that you need to help you function stronger at the next level. This is how this works. So when we as women begin to grind, we're operating outside of God. I need to say that again. When we grind, we're operating outside of God, because that's not how God functions. He doesn't have us to grind and grind. That's residual, especially for us Black women. That's residual from slavery. That's that independent mantle that we got handed down. We don't need to operate like that. There's a new paradigm, ladies. We can be in ease. We can be in joy. We can be in love in the things that we do, but we can also get paid. Like, we can also make money doing the things that we're here to do. So if you coach, if you're a light worker, if you're, an empowerment person, you have the heart to help people. You have the heart to elevate people. This is why I love this community so much, because that is my heart. But please know, the method to doing that is you plug into God and know what's next for you. And then you just build it line by line, line by line, line by line, in a spirit of excellence. You do that, He will give you the instruction, and then you build your business in a way that feels good and aligned. This is why I said, what can you go do right now that feels good to you, that's not tight and constraining and confining and constrictive to you? It's expansive for you, but it also benefits other people as well. This is like a key. This is like a code, a guidepost, if you will, to building your business in a way that feels good and will nourish you. I hope that makes sense. You guys, let me know if that makes sense to you. Okay, Laurel says, okay, thank you. Honey, let me know. Mary, Laurel, if you all are still there, let me know if that makes sense to you. Because these are the things, like Laurel, for example, I would love to learn more about what it is that you do and how you help people to get fit and healthy. So what could that possibly look like in terms of what you're focused on? I'd like to hear. And then Mary, I really want to know, are you a grief counselor? Is that the work that you do that God's given you? And if so, how are you going to make that into something that you do full time, if that's what you want to do? You see, and these are the questions we ask ourselves, and start to see that if we're going to be God's hands in the world, then we can be able to make money doing it. We can be able to live the lives that we want to live. And everybody's different. I'm not suggesting just because I like Lux that you're going to like Lux too, although I have a suspicion that you do. But it costs. It's not free. And if that's part of your authentic code, which I go over in my coaching, what your authentic code is, if that's part of your authentic code, then don't deny it, because denying it is holding you back. Embrace it, right? So yes, it makes sense. Yeah. So I just want to know, ladies, is this something that you're going to do? Is this something that you want to do? Because here's the thing, you get to do that. Laurel, you get to be that person that stands for fitness in the world. And Mary, you get to be that person that stands for people to recover from grief in a way where they're able to process it, but then they come out stronger after that, right? So there's room for you. And we get to sit at the table, ladies. We get to sit at the table. That's not just for other people. That's not just for men. That's not just for white men, but we get to sit at the table too. And we need to take a stand for ourselves. It's the empowered woman. It's the authentic woman. It's the woman who doesn't compromise that's going to shift things in the world. That's us. That's this group. I'm super excited to have you guys. So now, with that being said, now tell me, what are you guys going to do? I'm going to end this live video in a few minutes. What are you going to go do? So we can get a little bit more granular, Mary. What are you going to go do with respect to you being authentic to yourself and what nourishes you? That's going to be also a blessing to someone else. You start to think about it that way. Not that you're putting yourself um, first and like it's the only thing, but you must consider yourself. You must, because when you're beat up and broke down, that doesn't minister to anyone. When you're dry and beat up and dull and broke down and your skin's all patchy and your hair's falling apart, like that doesn't minister to people. I just I feel a need to share that. It doesn't minister to people. What ministers to people is when you're vibrant, when you're alive, when you're aligned, when you're on point. That ministers to people, because then they say to themselves, I want what she has. Like whatever she's drinking, I'm going to drink some. I literally had someone say to me, whatever you're eating, I'm going to eat it too. Like, as you know, and I took it as a compliment. But what they were really saying was, I love the way you look, Monique. I love the way you carry yourself. So whatever that is, I'm going to do it too. And you want to be that. You want to be that in the world. That's what it's going to take for us to lead the change that's taking place right now. So I'm going to go now. But I want you to take heed to what I'm saying, ladies. If you're open to this, you know, what can you go do? Be more specific, Laurel, on what that looks like. Start to think about what you can focus on. You want to bring fitness, which is fantastic. You can build a whole business around that. But think, Laurel, specifically, what can you go do right now? What one problem can you go fix right now that's going to nourish you and also help someone else? Same thing, Miss Mary. What are you going to go do right now? Those are kind of questions. If you stay in those questions, you start to ask better questions, you get better or more specific answers. I shouldn't say better as if, the other one was wrong, but more specific. More specific questions will give you more specific answers. All right, gorgeous ones, I'll leave you with that. And again, there must be a delay. I'm not seeing your responses, but I'm going to assume that you are responding. So I look to hear from you all, and I will come back this weekend. So have a fantastic, fantastic rest of this beautiful day. And I will talk with you all later. I love you all so much. Take care. Bye-bye.